And we are about to get underway into this series. Belgium up against Limitless. I think this is going to be a fairly interesting one. Limitless yesterday did have a very good showing in their group, beating the likes of Fnatic. However, they only got all 3 of their wins on cash. And so Belgium just straight up first banned cash. And so now the question is, can Limitless prove themselves on these further maps? Because yesterday, the one time they did have to play Mirage, they lost it up against AGO, as far as I remember. Yeah, they lost against AGO 16-8 on that map. So maybe still some question marks as to whether Limitless can hit that similar level that they did yesterday in those groups. Taking a quick look at the players on both sides. It seems like yesterday, Maka and Kana were the best 2 players on the Limitless side of things, leading the way in terms of fragging. And then, of course, on Belgium, a few more established names, I suppose you could say. Scream had a fairly good performance yesterday, but maybe not necessarily hitting the level you may expect from him. And then, of course, you've got the likes of Existence, who is generally going to be, of course, the in-game leader of the team, but he can still certainly frag well. You can see some of the players have got their pictures up, which is nice to see. Twanu, of course, one of the AWPers on the team, alongside Yuyu for the Belgian side. They have been trying to run those double AWP setups when they can. And it seemed like for the most part, Twanu was picking up the AWP a bit more often than Yuyu. But again, with there being 2 AWPers on the team, you can be a bit more flexible with that if you so want, if you so desire, sorry. Heading into today, the first map will be Inferno, picked by Belgium. Looks like we were just waiting for Smiley to get on the server. He is now here. So hopefully we should be ready to get underway shortly. In terms of predictions for this series, it's a very tough one to predict because, of course, Limitless, they came out of their group in 2nd place. But I'm not necessarily sure whether they can transfer that form into the game today. I think overall, I'm going to edge this one to Belgium, but this could be a very, very close affair. It does feel like Belgium, with the players they have, should be able to come out on top, but we're going to have to wait to see if Limitless can continue to get the upset wins. And again, to be fair to Belgium, they did look, I think, better than I expected yesterday, especially because, you know, Scream didn't really show up that big. I thought that Belgium were going to have to fairly heavily rely on Scream showing up to be able to get the wins. But it seemed like in the wins they did get, it wasn't necessarily Scream himself leading the way. It was some of the other players also doing well. And of course, Belgium did have a fairly tough group, losing against Envy and Russia, but they did get double digits against both of those teams. And of course, they did beat Virtus Pro, who had a tough time of things in that Group C. Still just waiting to get underway here, patiently waiting to start things off again on Belgium's map pick here on Inferno. Of course, for what it's worth, Limitless came out of the French qualifier here in WESG in 2nd place. They did, of course, lose against Envy with Kiyoshima standing in, of course. And if you want to look at the pictures at the side, just look at that beautiful head of hair on Faris. That's what I like to see. The big afro coming in. Also of course worth pointing out, Yuyu and Faris are both brothers on this Belgium side of things, which is always nice to see. So here we go. We should be heading underway momentarily. The Fellaini of CS, that's not a bad call, especially as he's on Team Belgium. Again, guys, my name is Hawker here to bring you the action, and here we go, heading underway into the series. The winner of this best of 3 does have to face off against Godsent, who looked fairly good in the first day. They did, of course, get themselves the Group A first place, which allowed them that bye into the quarterfinals. However, they did struggle early in the day against Endpoint. They only won 16-14 there. It was their first game, but they took a while to warm up into things before they hit their form. So Belgium will win the knife round, and we will get to head underway. Again, predictions here on Inferno. It's somewhat tough to know exactly how this one is going to go. Belgium did play this map against Russia, and they lost 16-10, but that Russia team is always going to be difficult to play against. There's a lot of skilled players in that lineup. Whereas Limitless themselves, they have had to play Inferno a bit in the past. They played all right against it in the WESG French Qualifier. They played against Envy on Inferno, and they lost 16-9, but that Envy team has looked good with Keo. So not a terrible result for Limitless, but I still think Belgium have to be pretty decent favourites heading into this first map. However, this is certainly a map where both teams have had some success in the past, so overall I think Belgium should be favourites, but if this first map is snatched away, then Limitless could certainly still have a good chance in the series. This looks like slowly but surely we should be heading underway here. A little bit of a delay before the game gets underway. That allows us to just build up the hype more and more. Of course, this is not necessarily a derby, but the French and Belgian scenes are fairly intertwined. These players should know each other rather well. And there it is. Belgium are ready. Limitless are ready. Hopefully you are ready to watch this best of 3. It is also worth pointing out, the loser of this game doesn't get any prize money, but the winner gets the chance to get their way up to potentially $40,000 for first place in this tournament alone. And so we will be heading underway. Belgium just going to go for 5 sets of Kevlar. In the meantime, Limitless have got the kit for maçı, and Belgium are all going to go in towards second mid. Smiley may have spotted them out there. He did go for the jump peak and get the information, and so now you can see the stack towards the A site. It's Pollux to open up from A long. Push coming in towards the site itself. Smiley waiting patiently in towards Pit, but he whiffs the shots. That had to be a kill from him because now the site is lost in a 3v3. Oh, and Scream already gets another kill with that recovered P2000. He's just going huge. It's only Loki left. He's trying to take this fight. Does get the one headshot. But in comes Scream. He was so crisp with all of those shots. 4 frags for him on the rounds. And if Scream is going to hit that level throughout this series, that would almost certainly push Belgium over the edge. I don't think anyone on Limitless could really match Scream if he showed up today, and he has been a bit up and down, but Scream, when he hits his form, he can be incredible. Either way, it's only 1 round, so we're still going to have to reserve our judgment until we get to see a bit more from Scream in these coming rounds. Ooh, the nade does land onto Faris there. He goes down to 43 HP. In the meantime, elsewhere, the push coming out towards apartments, but look at the CZs go! Smiley gets himself another frag, and finally Existence opens up for Belgium out towards mid. However, that has not gone how Belgium wanted. I didn't expect them to push apartments there with the CZs on the CT side. Faris also goes falling. Smiley up close gets a couple more kills to leave Existence in a 1v4, and it's just not meant to be. Existence only gets 2 frags. And a very disappointing round for Belgium there. That's why I really don't like them going into apartments, because those CZs up close can wreak havoc on the CT side. And you saw that exact issue coming into play. The CZs take some close range fights. And Belgium now, they will go for the force buy. Scream can still get an AK alongside Faris. But it's only the 2 rifles alongside the Desert Eagles on their side of things. Maka was trying to fight down mid, but he won't commit to the peak too hard. But there it is. The bomb is dropped. Yu goes down in towards mid. I think the bomb should be able to be recovered, but it's still the man advantage to go the way of Limitless to start the round. Scream's going to stay towards Banana with one of the AKs, while the rest of the team goes back towards A. This is actually interesting from Belgium. They're only going to have the AK of Faris over towards the A site for the push. And as I say that, now Scream will slowly make his way back. Still plenty of time for Belgium to work with, though, and you can see Scream is going to be pushed here. The AK could spray them down, but he ends up losing the fight. And Pollux is going to continue the aggression, but Faris can't quite spot him out in time. Twanu will recover a FAMAS. However, it looks like Belgium won't really be able to crack a bomb site unless they get this entry towards B. Pollux is here all by himself. This is a huge rotation from Limitless, and the gamble might not pay off. Pollux on the off angle does get that first frag. Ooh, Twanu's very quick on the trade, and so the bomb should get to the site just in time. With 20 seconds left, the bomb will be planted. Oh, Twanu taps off another head. 2 kills for him now, with that AK in his hands, and a 2v3 is a little more doable. Sisters dishing out some more damage, and Twanu bursting with the AK finds another frag. This is a little bit worrying now for the Limitless side of things. Kana, though, gets that kill, so Twanu has it all to do, and he will eventually be overwhelmed, but certainly not a terrible round for Belgium. Good effort from Twanu. But at the end of the day, Limitless will still be able to close it out in the clutch. However, of course, the bomb plant means Belgium do only have to take 1 eco before going back to a buy, so that's not too bad for them. Maka peeking down mid. Not quite going to spot anyone out just yet. There are still some pistols brought up for the T side. You can see the pistols trying to fight close. Surprisingly enough, a kill didn't come in there, but finally, there goes the opening frag, and Pollux has pushed down Banana. Kills all across the CT side. Resistance tries to find something, but nothing happening there for Belgium. Limitless just kind of choke the Belgium side in on the aggression. However, now here comes the buy again for Belgium. The rifles will be purchased. Of course, as I was saying earlier, Belgium do actually have 2 players that mostly play the AWP on their team. They have Yu and Twanu, who both are very proficient with the AWP, but they are not going to be able to afford the AWP at the early stages here. Instead, just stuck with the rifles. Smokes down Banana. Resistance was thinking of going for the aggression top mid, but decides against it. In the meantime, there is the boost coming in towards apartments. This could certainly catch some opponents off guard. Kana here holding the position, but Yu spots it out. That was a very important piece of information to allow Belgium to not concede that opening frag. You can already see, though, the push down Banana. Pollux thinking of going through the smoke. The MP9 opens up in the round. He's just going to fall back down Banana, but you can see now Belgium can't commit to the A site fully. Although Scream will get 1 kill back. Yu's just making sure they can't get flanked fully down Banana. And it might not be a terrible idea to go back towards B, because Pollux has been left alone with an MP9 to hold B. Ooh, that flash makes it awkward, but Pollux just about sneaks away. Smoke comes in. Existence is elsewhere, but Pollux is going to be the main line of defense. Smoke coming in. Pollux just trying to play the time, allowing the rotation to come through. Oh, he does get the 1 kill before the trade comes out. That might not be enough, because Loki will be smoked off. Kana, Loki doesn't win that duel. So Twanu gets the frag, but the nade ensures he will go down. And Existence there was trying to cut off the rotate, but little did he know they had already pushed through. So with 12 seconds left, he has to go so quickly here. Existence can't win this at this point. He's just going to have to smoke CT and go for the save. That's what Arcana trying to hunt him down. So Existence will be safe to save the AK, but the rest of the team does not have the best of money. And if you took a look at the minimap there, Existence stayed in library pretty much that whole time. He was trying to cut off the rotate, but little did he know, I think the player was playing back in towards Arch, so just rotated over without him seeing. And that really ended up costing Belgium, because they didn't have that extra player trying to take the site with the team. And as soon as Pollock slowed things down and got the one kill, it allowed the rest of Limitless to get into position. Maka with the AWP. He's going to try and see if he can find the first frag of the round, and he might just be able to. Spotting Scream, but not quite securing the kill. Instead, it's Smiley who pushed out mid there, who goes down first. That's an AK straight into the hands of Faris, as well as the one that Existence saved from the previous round. Yet again, Pollux is by himself towards Banana. He does still have the smoke ready to deploy if necessary. He's just going for information for the time being. They are going to push up close here. Finally, Pollux spots them out, so he will just about slither away. However, in the meantime, the kill comes through elsewhere. Yu is going to get the trade and push down Banana. Pollux just gets overwhelmed. That was the most important push, because now the 2A players for Limitless I don't think will be able to get back into position. Look at Maka go, trying to get that kill, but not quite going to be able to do so. It looks like Maka might just be playing for this frag on towards Yu now. I think they've realised they can't necessarily win the round, but they can get one more exit kill to try and keep the money a little bit lower on the Belgium side. Of course, Limitless have decent money, and Belgium's economy also isn't great, so doing some damage here wouldn't be a terrible idea, especially as they can just stick together towards Banana, but I would expect Belgium to just all exit through the same position. And indeed they will just all stick together out through CT. Generally, Existence likes to keep his team structured, and they will do just that. Twanu isn't going to be able to save an AK, unfortunately for him, just the Deagle in his hands. Also, can we point out, I feel like they could have got a better picture for Twanu here. I mean, it's not terrible, but I feel like his eyes are closed. Like, who knows? Who knows? Either way, we're going back to a buy for both teams, and this time it's Yu who's going to have the AWP for himself. In fact, Twanu dropped this over to Yu, interestingly enough. So it seems like he might be taking some of the AWPing duties. In the meantime, Faris finds his way through these nades. Not really taking too much damage, although now he's down to half HP. In the meantime, Kana is holding off towards apartments. It doesn't look like Twanu's going to go for too many fights. So instead we'll get to see if Faris takes anything. In fact, I think a spam through there may have taken Smiley down low. That's forced the Apps players to play incredibly safe, and oh, they went for the boost on towards Banana. But Existence with the AWP, or sorry, Maka with the AWP takes down Existence early on. Flash coming in, Faris full blind. The push doesn't come through. Pollux, what? How does he not spot Faris there? That should have been a free frag. But instead it goes the other way. And that means we're now back to a 4-on-4 that becomes fairly even for both sides. If Pollux gets that kill there, Limitless are in such a great position to reset the Belgium economy. But now this is very much up in the air. Belgium, 28 seconds. Look at the bomb. It's all the way back to second mid. They're going to have to take this site incredibly quickly. And Yu trying to get the entry, but Scream steals it away. Look at Smiley trying to play in towards Graveyard, but it's just not going to happen for him. The bomb will get onto the A site in time, thanks to those two clean entries. And so Limitless will be losing this round, and that is a really unfortunate round to lose. Loki even goes down towards A. Everything going wrong for Limitless. And maçı will try to hold on to the AWP, but looking at the money on the rest of the team, I don't think saving the AWP will allow that great of a buy. maçı even missing that shot gives away his position. So they will push in towards him, but maçı does get one more frag, switching to the CZ, and there we go. maçı, at the very least, trying to keep Belgium's money a little bit lower. They are, of course, going to have to reinvest, so Belgium's cash won't be great. And I actually really like this from Limitless here. They're taking a tactical pause before buying anything, so they know exactly what they want to go for. The awkward thing about this is that they could go for the buy and probably get 3 rifles together. However, 1 eco would probably also be enough for them to get a buy back. So you can see they are just going to decide to go for the low buy, which I think is probably the right decision overall. maçı can still try and get something going with the AWP, but he's not got a great spawn for too much aggression. However, again, there was that previous round where Limitless, they won the force buy with just the CZs because Belgium decided to try and play in towards apartments where those CZs can be very potent up close. So if Belgium aren't careful here, then they could still run the risk of losing this round. I would really like to see Belgium mostly just use their utility to be able to hold it off early on and make sure those close angles aren't a possibility. maçı is going to try and hold B by himself with that AWP. In the meantime, Twanu's getting dangerously close towards apartments alongside Scream. I really don't like them pushing apartments here when they're up against the pistols, and oh, Yu gets that opening kill towards mid. I wasn't expecting Loki to peek out there with just the pistol. However, he decides to try and force the fight and ends up going down first because of it. Smoke into CT. There is a little gap here. In fact, that smoke is not very good at all. maçı can just hold this corner with ease. Resistance is currently boosted up on the other side, but maçı is not going to go aggressive just yet. In the meantime, there is a smoke towards top mid, so we're not going to see too much action here. And maçı now will have some support from his teammates, so he goes back to the site itself. 35 seconds and Limitless are moving in for a stack towards B. This could actually go very, very well here for the CT side. maçı with the AWP misses that first shot. He needed to land that one because now they get up close. maçı needs to land a shot. What is going on? maçı just whiffs left, right, and center. That's got to be disappointing from his perspective. If he just gets one of those shots, maybe the push is slowed down a little bit longer. But he just could not connect there. He's still going to go straight back to the AWP. So maçı has to just take that previous round out of his mind. And instead hope that the AWP can now find success for him. It looks like maçı will try to get the opening pick. Yu on the other side, and maçı just about stays safe after taking some damage early on. In the meantime, Faris, I think the nade took him down to 29 HP. He is going to boost up the second man, that's Existence here. And for what it's worth, I didn't realise Belgium have gone for the double AWPs here. Twanu picks up that second AWP for the T side. You don't normally see this on the T side of Inferno, specifically. You can see Twanu still trying to just work the angle, see if he can find an opening kill. In the meantime, Yu is lining up the flash. He has the AWP in his hands, remember. That's not going to be an easy play for him to make. So instead it will be Existence going out first. Smiley gets one kill, but Existence only good for the one trade. Yu, though, does get another frag back. But Twanu pushing out through apps with that second AWP won't get too much done. So Yu now has to try and go with the CZ. Maybe switch back to the AWP and hope someone peeks in towards him. Kinda did take some damage from the molly, but he will stay safe. And I don't see how Yu can clutch this unless Loki peeks one by one. Ooh, Yu misses that opening shot, and I think that should spell the end. He's still going in and out of the smoke. 25 seconds left. UU still wants to make the A play work. Unfortunately for him, Pollox is up on the site itself. Okay, Limitless save 3 AWPs. Interesting stuff. I don't know if that was quite planned. But it looks like they will use all 3 of the AWPs on the CT side. So if Limitless do lose this round, Belgium could easily save those double AWPs right back. Oh, a little bit awkward, but Smiley and Canna will eventually find their way through apps. In the meantime, Maka doesn't fully commit to the peak. Faris, taps off the head there of Loki. I think Loki just was jumping for information, but he ends up getting his head taken clean off. In fact, that was one of the AWPs there, and now Pollox also gets caught in the open. The first rotator is Maka, but he is not going to get here in time. He is aware that there's a chance they could be up on that box, and Faris has now jumped his way up. So Maka does get the 1 kill back, but in comes Scream. Easy trade for Belgium. And so now Canna and Smiley will just look to hold on to what they can. And Twanu doesn't want that to happen. Ooh, Twanu there should have got that kill very easily. Instead, it's Existence who is forced to come in and find the frag. Smiley will try to hold on to the AWP, but try as he might. They're going to push towards him. Nice no-scope, tries the second. But Existence gets the trade. He's thinking about it, but no, the AWP will not be saved. So they're just going to stick with 1 AWP on the T side. And I certainly understand that. Considering Limitless here are only going to have pistols, no real need to risk getting caught off guard up close and losing that AWP. Just stick with the AKs. Make sure you can always have that spray potential. And a fairly back and forth game so far. 5-5 now, but Belgium starting to assert their dominance here on the T side of Inferno. And UU there spots out the push from Canna. He just went straight down mid all by himself. Out comes the flash, but out comes Existence to find 2 kills with the AK. So Smiley and Maka will hope that someone pushes in towards apartments unnecessarily. However, it looks unlikely that that will occur because all of Belgium are going back towards B, where Scream has already pushed his way forwards. See them trying to force the fights out mid. However, it seems like Belgium should just close this out. They haven't even taken a single point of damage just yet. Well, there we go. Smiley does some damage, taking down Twanu. 9 bullets left in the CZ, and that AK does look tempting. However, Existence won't allow any chance of the AK being saved. 3 frags for him. And for what it's worth, again, it's Scream and Existence really leading the way in terms of frags. For the most part, of course, Existence is known as an in-game leader. This is, of course, a mixed team, but he generally does frag very well on LDLC as well, considering he's an in-game leader. Probably one of the better fraggers out of all the in-game leaders out there. So, always can also work well in a mixed team if required. UU with the AWP. Going to try and work his magic. Flash comes in and UU gets forced back here. Oh, Pollox does get the 1 kill. UU still rattling off the shots, but not quite connecting. He's just going to pull back through the smoke, but what? The kills come through the smoke for the CT side. Scream and Twanu now have it all to do, and Twanu will not do anything. He goes down at the hands of Smiley. Scream now stuck in a 1-on-4, does get himself 1 headshot. Ooh, smoke goes over the top, and the flash is to follow suit. Scream, I think, has some idea of where these players are positioned. He's going to try and isolate Loki here. That smoke over the top allows another headshot. Oh, Scream getting close through the smoke there. However, Smiley is also here on the flank. Scream is going to smoke off his back. He seems very aware of the possibility of the player being behind. Oh, Scream nearly gets that headshot. But Canna, with the Desert Eagle, can just about shut him out. Again, a very good effort from Scream. For what it's worth, He turned a 1v4 into 3 1-on-1s. And if he'd have won that fight there, that was probably going to go in his favour with the player being behind him in towards mid. So you've got to give props to Scream, especially that smoke over the top. It's kind of impressive that he even knew that that would land at Banana. And it really allowed him to make sure he took the one-on-one fights against the players that were on B itself. But either way, Limitless take the round. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. Look at Faris. He has the bomb right now. And he is by himself towards Banana. This is a very risky play from him. But in the meantime, Scream has opened up out towards B. Existence does get traded on. Faris needs to be careful here. Trying to make his way forwards. And there we go. Pollux pounces like a panther to get those 2 kills from behind the wooden, I guess you can say the wooden slate, the wooden box, whatever you want to call it. He gives Limitless the lead. And that round loss for Belgium is actually pretty bad for their chances, all things considered. You can see now Belgium will have themselves a terrible buy into this round. Just a couple of upgraded pistols. Ooh, Scream invests fairly heavily here. He's down to $1,150. He's going down Banana. Won't do the damage this time around. Fox is also here, but the push is going to come out towards A. Maka with the orbs trying to peer over this smoke. He spots them out, but they're going to have to just let them go to A long. And in the meantime, Smiley trying to force something. Maka, though, gets a kill with just the USP. UU was there with the CZ to get one back, and so they will look to overwhelm this site. Smiley into Zaps gets a kill. Maka still sticking with the USP, and that will not work out. He ends up going down. And Belgium, with their little investment, now have every chance to take this round. Resmoke out towards A long. Pollux himself is going to try and see if he can get a kill from short. But Loki is going to have to just push through this smoke eventually. Pollux has gained some ground. You can see Loki just waiting and hoping that Pollux manages to draw the attention his way. Loki, though, already falls, and so Pollux left 1 on 3. Will not find anything. Scream with the AWP even gets a kill in the mix to bring it back to a 7-7 scoreline. And to be honest, this has been a little bit of a sloppy first half for both of these teams. We've seen a fair few force buys won. I think it is fair to say that on Inferno, these sort of pistol force buys have a better chance of succeeding because there are quite a few close range positions you can play. However, at the same time, Limitless there, it didn't feel like they played very well against the pistols. You kind of saw Maka just sticking with the USP, having to fight from back on the site. That certainly didn't make things easy. Nades go through, but won't do too much damage. So it's looking good for Belgium to take control of Banana. Although Pollux and Loki are not going to give up without a fight. There is a gap in the smoke. Pollux here. It's getting flashed in for the peak. Oh no, Faris didn't have his gun out, and so Loki sprays them both down. Despite Existence's best efforts, he could not save his teammates. And so now the 3 Belgian players are all stuck out towards mid. They're hoping that the Banana players will over-aggress, but you can see Limitless just playing back from the site itself. And so it's up to Scream and Twanu now to push out through top mid. Although as I say that, they could certainly still go back towards Banana. UU with the AWP. I was going to say, was thinking about going in first. Why is his gun invisible? Okay, it's back. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, UU with the AWP will not be going in first. It's going to be Scream trying to tap off some heads. Loki again playing this similar position. We've seen him play here in the past, and Scream looks ready for it, but doesn't get the frag. And now Twanu's going to have to get the trade. Ooh, UU does save his teammate, but now Loki is still there towards the site. Oh, UU doesn't get the frag despite connecting the shot. And Loki gets himself the ace on the B site hold. I thought UU was almost certainly going to finish him off there, but Loki just continues to hold his ground. And the shot through the edge of the box was not successful. So Limitless edged the first half into their favour. 8-7 for their CT side. Taking a quick look at the scoreboard for Belgium. This is pretty much what I was expecting. Scream leading the way. Existence is also a solid fragger. But then I don't really know which of the rest of the players will step up. I mean, I think UU did look fairly good on the AWP when he had it. But he couldn't get it all of the time. And on the T side, you can't really risk going for the double AWPs for Twanu. So you saw it. It made things somewhat awkward for the Belgian team. Either way, a couple of players stacked towards the B site. UU going to go for the decoy. Oh, very quick headshot out towards Banana. And Limitless now are a little bit hesitant because UU is still here. The USP will be taken down, but Scream will look to follow up. Gets the first kill, taps off ahead. Scream will eventually go down, but Existence is still locking down the site and ensuring the rotate can come in time. Bomb is still planted. But Belgium slowly but surely are getting into position, and Existence does have that kit. Time still ticking down, but the push will come out to the site itself. Pollux gets the one kill. Loki coming from Banana could be good for a frag. Indeed he is. It's Existence who gets the one headshot. He knows where Pollux is. Has to hunt down the kill, pushing. Existence does get the shot. Is there time? Yes, there is plenty of time with the kit in his hands. And so Belgium will get themselves back to an even scoreline. Just about getting that clutch there. It was well played by Limitless. They managed to work the crossfire fairly well to get those first two kills. But then eventually Existence came back around to secure the headshots. And again, that's almost continuing the trend of how it went in the first half, with Belgium having really Scream and Existence being the best two players for them. Both Scream and Existence get 2 kills, and so Belgium get themselves the round win. Scream with the M4 doesn't really need to push down Banana here. UU is patiently waiting at the side. Scream does go down, but UU tries to open up. He only gets the 1 kill. I do not like that play from Belgium. Scream there, loses the M4, and now there is every chance that they could win this round. Existence spraying down, gets 2 kills, and just about survives from the flames. So close to going down to the molly. But Smiley is now left alone. He might just get the bomb planted. Indeed he does. So a bit more money for Limitless. And this should allow the buy into the next round almost certainly, but I don't expect Smiley to win this. Oh, Existence low on health. Had to get that headshot quickly, and that he did. A solid 3k from Existence on the rotate. That was very important to allow Belgium to still close the round. But Limitless certainly now have plenty of cash for a full buy. Those 2 bomb plants gives them a lot of extra money. Of course, every bomb plant is $800 per player, straight up. So that means that now Belgium will have to play up against the full rifles. And pretty much full utility as well on the Limitless side of things. Belgium going for 3 players towards B to start things off. This is something you see fairly often. You can see Limitless maybe realizing that, probing towards the A site early on. Pollux here needs to be careful. Twanu was on the other side of things, and so Pollux will just go into apartments. See there, Twanu deploying a very safe smoke. Just to try and cut himself off from the push towards top mid, but look at Pollux already out through apps. Not quite going to connect for the kill, and with 4 players being on the A site hold, this is so tricky now for Limitless to take the site. Maka does get the 1 frag, and you can see them thinking of just falling back. Not a terrible idea for Limitless. Smoke will still be deployed in the meantime. Existence from the site finds a frag. Canna does take down Scream, but Scream got a kill before he fell. And so Canna is left versus 3 opponents, although UU doesn't need to push. There we go, he decides to fall back. Canna going to sneak his way up to the site. 35 seconds is still some time to play with. And Existence doesn't expect the push. Canna eventually gets the kill after a bit of a struggle, but Faris is there for the trade. And so Belgium will get themselves up to double digits, and this is starting to collapse now for Limitless. Maybe collapse is a bit too much of an over-exaggeration, but Belgium have looked good so far to start their CT side. And again, it's mainly just due to the fact that Limitless, they did have a pretty good start to their T side. That's the main reason why. Resistance holding banana. Oh my god! The nades, the mollies, everything works out for Existence. He gets the 4K on the round. What else is there to say about that one? Limitless go for the fast B push. And the nades alone completely shut them out. I kind of wish we'd have got that from Existence's perspective, because that must have looked great. But of course, I am solo casting and observing, which is a bit tough. So Limitless will just put that round behind them. Of course, they were aware they only had the pistols, so they will be much more focused on the gun round. Ooh, Yu nearly gets that kill through the smoke there, but Loki taken down to 31 HP. Elsewhere, Faris gets himself killed towards mid, and Existence through the smoke gets himself another frag. Faris looks to open up, and there we go. The hold from short is strong. Smiley also goes down, and Canna is the only man left. Limitless just get picked off one by one. You can see the pause being called by Limitless. Again, tactical timeout can only last 30 seconds. So good to see the admin is on top of it. And we will get straight back into the action. Not too long of a break. Of course, Limitless will be back to just CZs, but I think these recent rounds have really shown to go fairly heavily in favour of Belgium. Not only have the rounds been won, but they've been fairly convincing, apart from when they've been up against the pistols earlier on. Limitless, of course, had time to discuss what they want to do here, but double mollies will certainly not allow that push towards top mid. They still have a couple of flashbangs alongside the smoke for Pollux to try to utilise. And it looks like that they will. They're going to push up towards A long. Smiley going in first, but Tuanu with the AWP opens up, gets a second kill. He's looking to drop one more, but Existence will help him out instead. And Loki in towards Apps will salvage at the very least one frag for the team, but that is all she wrote. 13-8 now. Trying to get that opening kill. We've got the AKs back for Limitless. So this round, of course, is pivotal for them. They really need to finally put a round on the board on their T sides. Remember, 6 rounds in a row for Belgium on their CT side of things. And that was a trend for Belgium yesterday. They were looking really strong on the CT sides. And it looks like it might continue as Faris in towards Apps. Only gets the 1 kill before the trade comes out. Pollux himself could work out of apartments here. Twanu's having to hold from an awkward position. And look at Pollux go. He has managed to get his way out into balcony. You may have spotted him there. Oh, Pollux made a step. There comes Twanu, scoping him with the AWP. You can see the molly is on fire, but it won't go off. And Twanu elsewhere gets another frag. Loki is up close. Twanu could be in trouble. Oh no, Loki blinds himself. And Twanu, looking for the 4K, will find it. Great play coming out from Twanu. One by one, they peek into the AWP. And one by one, he dismantles the push. Again, we've also got to give props to Existence. 27 kills for him. He's been really good on the CT side as well. I think the most important thing, like, Existence hasn't been particularly making too many impact plays. It's just been him getting a solid 1 or 2 kills every single round. And with him fragging alongside Scream and Twanu, of course, it's really pushed him over the edge. Oh, I thought Faris was going to get that opening kill with ease, but he goes down first. Twanu, though, still on form, gets himself a frag. And here comes Scream, patiently pushing his way forwards. He spots out Loki. Scream now is in a great position, but as I say that, Maka is behind him. Ooh, Maka, if he pushes the smoke, would get a free kill. Oh no, Scream is here. He's going to come through for the flank. The players are on the site, but I'm not sure they'll expect Scream to be here so quickly. Flashes towards the site itself. Scream is going to have to try and make all the difference. Can't really push out too much further, but there is the first kill for free. Push coming out. Oh, perfect flashbang, but Maka finally shuts him out. So Yu from Apartments needs this kill. There it is. Looks for the second. And the AK makes all the difference. Yu pounces from Apartments to get himself a double. And Belgium now 15-8 up. Will almost certainly be taking this map yet again. Belgium looking so good on their CT side. Remember, this is a best of 3, and this is Belgium's map pick. But you've got to give them credit for how strong they've been so far on Inferno. Especially after, to be honest, what looked like a little bit of a sloppy first half from them in terms of some executes not quite being on point, losing to a couple of pistols. And yet still the CT side has been more than great. And that's not an easy feat to pull off. Yu with the AWP. Flashes back and forth. Both teams taking the nades. Yu flashed in. Oh, doesn't quite get too many kills. And Existence on 6 HP will have a very tough time holding this one off. Does get the 1 kill before he goes down. And Faris will not be able to find the flank. This should finally be Limitless getting their first round together, I was going to say. But Twanu does get 1 kill back. Limitless just need to make sure they don't face 1 by 1. Twanu with the smoke in his hand spots out Maka. Oh, Maka there nearly went down, and Pollux wasn't particularly in position to get the trade. But Twanu doesn't quite land the shot, and so Limitless keep themselves alive for the time being. The question is, have they showed up too late? Because Belgium have got plenty of cash to be able to go for the double AWPs into this round. Do have to remember, though, investing into these 2 AWPs has costed them fairly heavily. The rest of the team doesn't particularly have great money, but they do still have 3 players up on cash. And, well, just look at Limitless's buy. They've gone for a couple of MAC-10s. Oh, no, Loki just about gets out of the flames, but the mollies slow things down tremendously. They tried to go for the fast B play with the MAC-10s, but time after time, Belgium have been nading and mollying it off. And that's why I don't really think I agree with the decision there to go so fast. Pollux will smoke out towards A long. And the bomb is being left behind here for what it's worth. I think now Loki will come around to recover it before the push comes to the site. I do like this angle from Faris. He spots out Pollux, but that gives away the position. Existence instead will help his teammate on the hold. The flash comes out. Good counter flash. With the smokes being deployed, Existence gets himself a double. Scream out through A long, comes over. Oh, misses the kill, but finally executes. And Kana has to keep his team alive. A 1v2 after he gets that first kill. The only positive is he is up against 2 AWPs here. Not that easy to retake with these 2 guns. And you can see they are trying to stick together, but a couple of missed shots from these AWPs could make things tricky. And you can see UU realizing that, wanting to go with the CZ instead. Kana might get caught in the back, but he just about pushes out through A long. Kana does get taken down. I thought he might have been able to get that first kill. However, it will be Belgium taking this first map. 16-9 in the end. Existence does get up to the 30 frags alongside Scream with 25. Those two particularly performing well for the Belgium side of things. And to be fair, we've got to give credit to the whole team, to be honest. On that CT side especially. I think you've seen that Belgium in the past have fairly heavily relied on that skill. And that worked out for them in this one. But remember, this is a best of 3. So we still, at the very least, have one more map to give you. We will be back with Limitless's map pick over on Mirage after this quick break. So make sure to come back to see if Belgium